We're live, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we're in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu, Cree, and Dakota people, and in the national homeland, the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation and Treaty 3 territory. My name is Neil Harton. I'm chairing today's panel. With me are Diane Knight and Ian Mann. The secretary is Crystal Harland, and the assessor is Abhishek Ratan. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment rule in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matter for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we'll limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony. Anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the board. The board is appointed annually by council and is independent of it in the city administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You'll receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 1 and 4 through 8 on their docket today. Mrs. Harlan, please affirm the assessor's and applicant's testimony.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Assessor, would you please state your full name?
Abhishek Ratan.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Mr. Applicant, would you please state your full name?
Stephen Charlebois Page.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Our first property on the agenda is 680 Pembina Highway. So, Mr. Ratan, you can begin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. File number 25-602. Roll year 2026. Property address 660 Pembina Highway. Business assessment ID 24184. The total ARV for this property is $454,560 with an area of 27,000 square feet. And overall ARV per square feet is $16.84. This property has 3 pits. The first one is 19549. The area is 18,765 square feet, whose base ARV per square feet is $14.42. We apply the occupancy cost, which totals at $45,350, and the total annual rental value for this pit is $315,960. The second pit is 26406. The area is 5,373. The base ARV per square feet is $11.49. We applied occupancy cost on it, which totals at $14,507. The total ARV for this pit is $76,260. The last pit is 34250 with the area of 2862. The base ARV per square feet is $19.08. And the total occupancy for this pit is $7,727. And the total ARV is $62,340. If we sum up all the ARVs for all these pits, it comes at $454,560. We would like to give a verbal recommendation for this property to reduce the ARV from 454,560 to 434,700. It's $434,700 to keep it in line with the realty assessment decision done by the Board of Revision. In order to come up with this number, we used an overall rent, table rent for $13.40 and applied $2.70 for the occupancy cost. So which becomes $16.10 as an overall ARV per square feet multiplied by 27,000 area, which comes 434,700. Moving on to
Okay, first of all, let me ask Mr. Charlebois Page how he feels about this recommendation.
Mr. Chair, that's the rent I've used. Could I seek a clarification though, because we're slightly off. Normally we're off a little bit by rounding, but in this case we're off by about 5,000. So, Abhishek, when you applied 1340, did you apply air conditioning to the total site area? Because I know this building.
Yes,
Sorry,
I
go
do.
ahead.
Yes, I did. Sorry.
So could you revise that offer maybe? Because if we look at your table on page 1 of your current brief, the city has air conditioning applied to about 11, maybe call it 12,000 square feet of the total premise.
Mhm.
I think our numbers should be close. So not to flip the board back and forth too much, but my number is 429,360 at a same rent of 1340 a square foot. I think Abhishek, we're talking about the same figure here. Could
Yeah.
you have a look at what that number would be if the AC was changed to the 12,235 square feet? Would you mind doing that?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Give me 1 second. So we're moving ACs from these two beds.
Not fully, right? It's let me
Yeah.
just do that. Yeah, okay.
So it's just gonna be like we'll be moving out of like these two last bits, right?
Yeah,
Which
you get 12,235 total square feet of finished air conditioned space. Is what I have. It's the 4,000 plus 5,373 and 2,862 from your page 1.
is off and then up. Yeah. S- s- So, s- s- 60. So, so my number is kind of like close to this one, 429,360 itself.
Okay, if that's and would that be your revised rec then?
Yeah. Then I made a mistake for considering the air conditioner and all those on the full square feet. So yeah, if we remove those, then we will be doing 429,360.
And that is my number, Mr. Chair. So I do not dispute that, and I'd be in agreement with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions, Ms. Knight,
No, sir.
Mr. Mann?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Short and sweet then. Let's move down the street to 2012 Pembina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So, Mr. Rattan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. File number 25-613. Roll year 2026, property address 2012 Pembina, business assessment ID 50620. The total ARV for this property is $186,960. The total area for all the premises is 4,829 square feet, and overall ARV per square feet is $38.72. This property consists of two premises. The first premise has an area of 1,484 square feet with the base ARV for $12.88. We applied occupancy cost except the air conditioning on this, which brings the total occupancy cost at $3,473, and the ARV is 22,560. Moving on to the second PID 27710, the area is 3,345. Base ARV per square feet is $46.44. Applied occupancy cost throughout the area, and which brings at $9,032, and the ARV is 164,400. The total ARV for this, if we sum both the premises, ARV, the ARV comes out 186,960, and we recommend the board to confirm this value. Moving on to page 2 and 3, I have the photographs of the subject property. 2, 3, and 4. And on page 5, I have the rent comparables. Those were used during a realty assessment appeal, which shows that the weighted average rent is $32.15. Average is $667.79. And we have 3 comparables for the vehicle car washes. Moving ahead on page 6 to 7, I have the decision from the realty assessment appeal, which says the applicant provided a request to confirm the assessment, so the decision was based on it. And to go back on my first page, I would recommend the board to confirm 2026 ARV for 186,960 again. Thank you.
Okay, questions, Mr. Charlebois Page?
I do not have any at this time.
Okay, Ms. Knight, any questions?
Sorry, what was the total you're asking for?
186,960. So to keep the value confirmed at this number.
And the address on that property again is?
2012 Pembina, 2012
Okay,
Pembina Highway.
okay, thank you.
Mr. Mann?
Just some confirmation. The first premise ID of 111136 with the base ARV of 1288 a square foot, that's the car wash area. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, and then the other area would be the C store, which includes a fast food outlet, the A&W.
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay, thank you. I don't have anything further.
All right, and I have no questions. So, Mr. Charlebois Page, you can begin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we have a fuel station here, which is a convenience store slash A&W with a car wash. The total premises are 4829 split out between 1484 for the car wash and 3345 for the convenience store A&W location. Current assessment is 186,960. I'd bring the board to page 7 of my report. I'll take we so we don't take any issue with the car wash rent. We have a few car wash rents in our study, and this falls right in between the $9 and the $14.50. It's comparable 13 and 14 in that chart, and I apologize for the small text. So the only thing we dispute here would be the C-store and the fast food location, which is currently valued at a fairly aggressive rent, which is $46.44 a square foot. So in that table, I've provided a ton of the gas station comparables, but I'm going to focus in on comparables 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically 1 to 9 minus 2. And the reason that is they're not the small kiosk types. Like the area you'll see on those are a little more consistent with what we're dealing with the subject property. And the average rent of those was $27.78 a square foot. So from there, right below that, I looked at fast food restaurant comparables in the immediate vicinity on Pembina Highway. That's the chart below with the blue header. The average of that was $27.14. The median there is $26.50. Again, those outfits would be fast food or restaurant classified by the city. And since that range is coming in close to where those C stores are at 27.97, or sorry, between the two, you're seeing ranges there between the mid 20s to the 30. We've applied 27.97 to the C store and the A&W. So if you follow me along to the next page, page 8, you'll see the breakout car wash unchanged, and then the revised calculation at 27.97 for the fast food and C store. So I'm asking the board respectfully to revise the assessment to 124,440. And I also wanted to just address the fact that yes, this at the realty level was requested confirmation, but that was for the penalty issue that's being looked at a higher level in terms of the realty. But in this business assessment application, I don't think that's an issue. So I'd ask the board to review this as we never really addressed the rental concerns at the realty appeal. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, questions, Mr. Rattan?
No, I do not have any. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mann?
Just with respect, please, to some of your comparables on page 7, Mr. Charlebois page, looking at the first header with respect, or sorry, the first table, you are relying on a number of comparables 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm looking at comparables 1, 3, 4, and 5. Those rents that you have, the net rent per square foot of, well, take number 1, for example, $24.38. That's for a C store and a car wash. That's a blended rent of the two, is it not?
So in that case, it may be for those. I don't know if those are broken out, but I believe they'd be consistent, Mr. Chair, because looking at 7 to 9, if you'll see the rents on those, you're talking about 20 there to 32.93. Those might be blended, and that might be pulling that down. I would agree with that, but even removing that and looking at sort of the C store only locations, you still see 27.30 for comp for 32.93, $30 and $20 as the other four. So even if we wanted to remove that, I would give you that would likely pull that down because of the approximately $12 rent that's been applied to those. The analysis would still come tight to about, what's that, $28 to $30 for these C stores only. But definitely acknowledge that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, and I'm looking now at the blue heading, the restaurant fast food comparables. Are any of these like A&W, McDonald's, national level or international level fast foods? Or
I believe there. Yes, Mr. Chair, I believe there are national chains in there. It is a mixture of local and national brands, but there is, I believe, one national fast food comp in there, and I believe the one is a Subway at. Let me see. Sorry. 2065 Pembina is a Subway, and I think there's several other in there, but it is a mixed analysis of national chains versus non. But the Subway there at Unit 1 there is 1,526 for 2,650 a square foot. So I feel like the 27.97 applied is not unfair.
Okay, thank you. And now you said index 1 or unit 1 for index 1 at 2065. Is that part of a strip mall, or is that a standalone, or is that part of something else?
Multi-tenanted, yeah. It's in a strip, and I think that one would be. I mean, the subject property is technically not multi-tenanted, but sharing a space with the C store,
Right.
it's So that one, yeah. So yes, that is multi-tenanted, and I would imagine that most of the comparables would be obviously 2866 Pembina there is sharing an address to. My comps are in the same plaza. So fast food and restaurant comps along Pembina Highway would likely mostly be multi-tenanted, Mr. Chair. So
okay, thank you very much. I don't have anything further.
Okay, Ms. Knight?
My question was asked and answered. Thank you.
Okay, I've on the top of page 8, you correctly list this cycle's occupancy costs, but yet in your tables you apply the cost from the previous cycle, which throws your
Oh,
calculation.
yeah.
Oh, gosh, sorry, Mr. Chair, that is an error by me. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm just seeing another one there is that I've applied air conditioning to the car wash. So that's a bit of an error in that calculation. So I can update those as well if you'd like, Mr. Chair.
If you would, yes.
I'd ask just for a moment then, please.
I believe the answer comes out to 125, 160, but
That's exactly what I got, Mr. Chair, was, sorry, did you say 125, 100? Because I revised the AC to 1 on the car wash, which was
yeah,
erroneous. So I may be off by rounding, but yeah, it 125 and change is where I'd be. So
okay.
apologies for that oversight.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Um, we'll move on
Sorry,
to,
what's the total he's asking for now?
It'd be 125, 160 is what I got to.
Yep.
And that is 102, 540 was my on the convenience store, and
Okay.
then the difference on the car wash.
Okay.
and just a word of advice, it's this sort of error occurred on a few other ones
Okay,
later
I'll
on.
update those. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to 930 St. Mary's Road. We'll move across the river.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. File
All
number,
right,
sorry.
go ahead.
Okay, thank you. File number 25-609, roll year 2026, property address 930 St. Mary's Road, business assessment ID 6178. Its total ARV is $290,760 with an area of 17,694 square feet, which brings an overall ARV per square feet at $16.43. There are two pits. First pit 8056 with an area of 10,440 square feet with a base ARV at $13.68. We apply the occupancy cost on the complete area, which brings the total occupancy cost at $28,188, and the annual rental value is $171,000. The second pit is 28616 with a premise area of 7,254 square feet with the base ARV per square feet at $14.17. We did not apply air conditioning to this area, which brings the occupancy cost at $16,975, and the annual rental value is $119,760, which if we sum up both the premise IDs, ARV, the total comes at $290,760. And we asked for the confirmation for this ARV value from the board. Moving on to page 2 and 3, I have the photographs of the subject property. On page 4, I have the rent comparables that were used during our realty assessment appeal, which shows that the median rent is $43.99. And our vehicle car wash rents comparables mean is $18.35 and median is $21.67. Moving on to the page 5 and 6, I have the realty appeal decision. And in this decision, it was confirmed, the applicant provided a verbal request to confirm the assessment value. So to repeat, I would recommend the board to confirm 2026 ARV at $297,060,000. Again, it's $290,760. Thank you.
Okay, questions, Mr. Charlebois Page?
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Ms. Knight,
No, sir.
Mr. Mann.
No, I have no questions, thank you.
All right, so your presentation then,
Mr. Chair, I'm going to keep this short. This was heard at the BOR and confirmed. I'm going to ask for a confirmation today, so this can run concurrently with the MMB for the realty. Please and thank you.
Okay. Any questions, Ms. Knight?
Nope.
Mr. Mann?
No, thank you.
All right, short and sweet then. 9:28. Marion, let me just open the files. Okay, Mr. Rattan on 9:28, Marion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. File number 25-594, roll year 2026, property address 928 Marion Street, business assessment ID 3032. The total ARV for this business assessment ID is $104,280. Total area for the premise is 2,383 square feet, and overall ARV per square feet is $43.76. And we asked the board to confirm the 2026 ARV for $104,280. Again, it's 104,280. Moving on to page 2 and 3. I have the photographs of the subject property 2, 3, and 4. And on page 5, I have the rent comparables that were used during our realty assessment appeal. And page 6 and 7 have the Board of Revision realty appeal decision, in which the applicant provided a request to confirm the assessment. So to keeping this in mind, I asked the board to confirm 2026 ARV for 104,280. Thank you.
All right, questions, Mr. Charlebois Page?
Just quickly, Abhishek, did you have a chance to inspect this, or do you know when the last inspection was of this property?
No, I do not have, but I actually looked at your photographs.
So would you acknowledge, though, that this is not a convenience store and probably is modeled on the wrong model for rental purposes? Is that a fair statement?
That is a fair statement, yes. There
Okay.
should be adjustments made to it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Knight, any questions?
So if there should be adjustments made to it, what adjustments would you make?
We would have to reevaluate it because right now this is being valued as a store, which is generating more rent, and we would have to transfer this as an office property, making it as an OFS because it's as per the photographs provided in the applicant's brief, this property is more of use as an office space rather than a kiosk space. And it's a petrol gas station which is mainly used by the trucking who come to fill up the trucks. That's it.
So you can't make an adjustment right now?
No, I would not be able to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mann?
Just following up what Ms. Knight was indicating, the adjustments to be made will take all of your comparables out of play. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Your comparables are no longer relevant
Yes,
to the
that would be good.
valuation. Okay, thank you. I don't have anything else.
Okay, I have no questions, so Mr. Charlebois Page, your presentation, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So it's a 928 Marion's, a card lock and truck stop. We have a premise area of 2383. Current assessment is 104,280. I'll address the board, or sorry, take the board to page 6 of my report, I believe. Yeah, 6 is where it starts. Oh no, sorry. I had 9:30 Marion, no, and not 9:28. Sorry. That's page 6 of my report, where I have the comparables from the immediate vicinity on Marion. These are a mix of office and I say lower quality retail space. Looking for stuff with similar quality interior finish. The median of that data set is 14. The average is 14.96. I've applied $15 a square foot to the subject property. And that calculation is done on page 7. As Mr. Chair noted, the utilities are from the prior cycle, which is not correct. I've updated those calculations, and my proposed revised value is 42,160. That's 42,160. So that's with the 73 cents a foot on on heat, $1.35 on hydro, 26 cents on water, and 36 cents on AC. I would just, obviously there's pictures of the site included. I think this just is something that needed to get caught and updated. Again, this was confirmed at the realty appeal for the purposes of investigation into the non-compliance issue. It was not heard from a rental standpoint, and I'd ask the board to correct this issue in the business assessment. Thank you.
Okay. Questions, Mr. Rattan?
No, I do not have any at the moment.
Okay, Mr. Mann,
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Okay, just one, I guess, observation. To be evenly divisible by 12, the number would work out to 42,160.
Yeah, that would be fine. 42,160 would be.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. We're making good time here. We'll move to 1050 Keewatin. Okay, Mr. Rattan, you can begin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. File number 25-612, roll year 2026. Property address 1050 Keewatin Street. Business assessment ID 50044. The total ARV for this is $92,880. The total area is 2,382 square feet with an overall ARV at $38.99. And we asked the board to confirm the 2026 ARV at $92,880. Moving on to page 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, I have the photographs of the subject property. Moving on to page 6, I have the rent comparables. Those were used at the realty assessment appeal. And page 7 and 8 has the realty assessment decision done at the Board of Revision, which confirm which says the applicant accepted the recommendation presented by the assessor. And therefore, to confirm the 2026 ARV at $92,880. Thank you.
Okay, questions, Mr. Charlebois Page?
No, thanks, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mann?
No, thank you. I have no questions.
Okay, your presentation, Mr. Charlebois Page.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just bear with me. I'm gonna flip over. So this is a fuel station with convenience store. The subject property has a premise area of 2382. The current assessment is 92,880. I would bring the board to page 6 of my report. Similar rental study here, and with noting what Mr. Chair had noted on a previous appeal, I would then rely on comparables that do not have the car wash blend, which would be comp 4, 7 to 9. And the average of that rental rate is $27.56. In this case, I've applied $27.78, so I would stay by that rent. Again, in this case, the old utilities are on this, so I'll have to update that figure for the board and give my proposed revised value. This one was heard and confirmed at the realty level, but for the purposes again of that non-compliance issue. And I'd ask the board to consider strongly looking at this from a business perspective and looking at the rents applied to these gas stations and that revised value. I'll just read it out here. 72,660 is with the updated and corrected utilities applied. And that concludes my presentation.
All right. Questions, Mr. Rattan?
No, I do not have any at the moment.
Okay, Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Mr. Mann?
Just going back to your comparable number one, I note that that is a 20-year lease, net rent per square foot of $24.38. Are there step-up provisions in that lease?
Mr. Chair, I think these assets actually rent on so they're a confusing asset because I believe most of the times there's a land lease in place with a leaderage consideration from the business side. So the convenience store is like an added business model to them. You know, the value of the real estate, I guess, is different from the business value these sites bring to the owner. So without knowing that, I don't know if there's a step on deal number one there, but that would be the current rent from the reviewed period on the I&E for that property. So if there was a step, it'd be included to my knowledge, and I'm not aware if there is. So.
Okay, thank you. I don't have anything further.
All right. Okay, did you come up with a revised value then using the correct?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I believe I stated it was 72,660, and that's with 73 cents, a buck 35, 26 cents for the water, and 36 cents for the hydro.
Okay, I must
Did you
have
get
been
something
lost
different?
No, not
Okay.
too much jumping. I must have been lost in thoughts or something.
It's okay. Yeah.
A rare occurrence, some would say. Okay, let's move on to our last property, 40 Lexington Park.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. File number 25-608, roll number 2026, property address 40 Lexington Park, business assessment ID 39925. The total annual rental value for this is $822,360 with a total area of 44,000 square feet with an overall blended ARV per square feet at $18.69. This property consists of 4 premises. The first one is 32673 with an area of $14,938. The base ARV per square feet is $17.71. We applied the occupancy cost to that complete premise, which totals at $40,333, and the ARV is $304,860. The second premise is 32674 with an area of 14,688 square feet. The base ARV per square feet is $17.74. Again, applying the occupancy cost on the all complete square feet, the cost comes at $39,658 with the ARV at $300,240. The next premise is 32676 with the area of 9874 square feet with the base ARV per square feet at $13.02. The total occupancy cost is $26,660 with an ARV of $155,220. The last premise ID is 32677 with an area of 4,500 square feet at $11.08. Again, applying the occupancies on the complete area. The occupancy cost comes at $12,150 with the ARV at $62,040. So we ask the board to confirm 2026 ARV at $822,360. Moving on to page 2, 3, and 4, I have the photographs of the subject property, and below on page 4, I have the comparables that were used under realty assessment appeal. And page 5 and 6, I have the Board of Revision realty appeal decision. So to conclude again, I would ask the board to confirm 2026 ARV at $822,360. Thank you.
Any questions, Mr. Charlebois Page?
No, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mann.
Yes, I'm looking, directing you please to page 1. There are 2 premises, numbers 1 and 2, 14,938 square feet and 14,688 square feet. Which of those would be the basement or allocated to the basement area?
None of these ones, I think, they are not allocated to the basement. The basement pits, I think, are the below ones. So 9,874 and 4,500. The
Oh.
4,500 is listed as a basement space, basement leasable space.
Right.
And 9,874 is mentioned as a storage space. And then the above 2 are like vehicle service garage spaces mentioned in our system.
Okay, thank you. And thank you. I don't have anything else then.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Knight.
No questions, thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Charlebois Page, then your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This one will be short and sweet. This was heard at the realty stage at the realty level for the BOR and was confirmed. So I'd ask the board to confirm this so that the appeal can run concurrently with the realty.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions, Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
Mr. Mann?
No, thank you.
All right, so this went very efficiently. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for your presentations. We have now heard all items on the agenda, and this hearing is now closed.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
I think
Thank
you're going
you
to have
both.
to get out your snowblower and do your thing there.
My kids are not old enough to get out there and do it. So, anyway, you guys have a great day and
You too. Take care.
bye now.
Thank
I
you.
always found it was easier to start the snowblower myself than to start the sun.
Fair enough. Have a good day, guys.